Oh my God!
Oh, there's two.
That's a creature.
Yeah, I wonder why they're feeding them there. It is September 27th, and Ben and I are headed to a piece of public that we've hunted probably 3, 4, 5 times, something like that. We know it fairly well, but we're looking forward to this weekend. It's opening weekend in Ohio. We're looking forward to learning some new stuff about it. It's going to be really warm. It's about like 89 tomorrow and like 87 Sunday.
Perfect deer hunting weather.
Really good weather for us.
You'll find us sitting all day in a tree stand, nonstop. No, we're going after water.
Yeah, we're pretty much going to be targeting water. We're going to be in a lot of open areas, just doing a lot of glassing, just trying to get eyes on deer so we can make moves on them and not have to sit and wait for them to come to us, because there's not going to be a lot of deer voluntarily moving this weekend, at least during the days.
I don't know. The mornings might be decent.
Yeah.
Because this morning it was like 55, 57.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing deer out in fields right now feeding, so.
The humidity's super low.
Yeah. So it's not brutally warm, but it's just like a little bit uncomfortable. But that means there's probably going to be a lot less people hunting this weekend. And it's going to be a blast. Yeah, we're going to get up there in probably 40 minutes or so. We're going to be blasting our way up.
We'll be camping tonight.
Yeah, we're doing some camping. We're going to be
Car camping.
getting some food cooked up. Don't have our lights for camp.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the best part. We're going to have to start a fire with the firewood we also don't have.
So we're somewhat prepared, but we're looking forward to it.
We got all our essential hunting stuff.
Hopefully.
We got our tag.
We'll see. We got our tag. We got our hunting stuff. We got everything that we think that we might possibly need. We're going to have a lot of fun. We'll see you at camp.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah, bud.
I guess all we have to do is set up a hammock.
Yeah.
Takes like 2 minutes.
Get some food, some hammocking. The necessities.
Oh yeah. There's a decent amount of food in there. I thought I had a folding chair to use. You could use. Now I have that little like saucer style one, but I guess we have a picnic table too.
Yeah, true. Semi-prepared.
Oh, classic opening day. Not too loud.
So we're gonna do a little instant mashed potato and ramen combo. I don't know what to expect, but definitely enough carbs.
That's 4 servings. That's 2. That's 6 servings. We're good. Got a bunch of gas, so don't try with it. Dude, yeah, we could take those mountain houses and just have them for
Lunches.
I got a bunch of stuff for lunch. So we got chicken flavor.
Yeah, what do you got there?
Oh, you know, we're having burritos tomorrow night, so we got plenty of taco seasoning. I think we can spare some. Chicken, taco seasoning, and garlic, red pepper, or red potatoes.
Well, me and Ben just pulled in. Got the car right here, all the gear back here behind us. We're setting stuff up. We don't have a ton of stuff to get set up. We just have 2 hammocks, and we're just gonna get all of our gear kind of centralized so that we can wake up in the morning and have it all in one place to pack back into the car. We'll probably pack camp up and not leave anything here. It might rain in the morning. We're keeping a close eye on the weather. We got like a southwest wind. We do know the winds and everything. We have a tentative plan right now, as long as it's not like stormy when we wake up. But regardless of rain or anything, the wind conditions and everything should be suitable for us to punch into this spot that we know fairly well. I'm feeling pretty confident about it. We saw a lot of deer on the way up, out in like hay fields and tall grass, CRP stuff, which is very similar to the stuff we're gonna be hunting tomorrow. So, should be fun, should be awesome. We're looking forward to it. See you in the morning. What's that oatmeal mixture?
Oatmeal, protein powder, chocolate peanut butter flavor, peanut butter, cinnamon, almonds.
Homemade, bud.
gonna head to the top of the hill and get some service, and then make sure it's not gonna storm on us right away. There's a bathroom up there. We'll probably hit that up, come back down the hill, hit the parking spot, and head in. Gonna pack for all day out there. That's a road that you're driving on. Well, we got about 8 minutes till shooting light here in Ohio on opening morning. We're driving in the car. Pretty crazy storm about to hit us. I don't think a guy could shoot for probably an hour or so, or even see anything to shoot for an hour or so. It's pretty dark. I think the storm's gonna be okay, but we're gonna stay in this low spot until it gets a little lighter out. We can glass from the car here. We can also, there's a spot I know we can drive up around and get up on a high point and kind of glass over this whole valley and just sit in the car and kind of let everything pass us. Looked like one big band of storms that was red and purple.
Yeah.
Not the kind of stuff you want to go on it. And it's moving pretty fast. And then there's like another little band behind it that looked like just rain. So I'd say once the first band's gone, we can, hopefully we can at least glass something from the car or see a deer run across. I guess we're still kind of hunting. I'm fairly familiar with the lay of this now because we spent quite a few days out here. I remember the first time I drove this road, we saw rubs like right on the side of the road. And then I hopped out and kind of scouted my way just a little ways off of that, and there's pretty heavy trails coming actually through this gap right in front of us. A couple ponds on either side, so the deer kind of funnel around it. It's all reclaimed, there's no fields or anything. We'll see if we can find them.
Yeah.
They were here last fall.
Yeah, I'm sure there's
See why they wouldn't be here now. I get out and bugle. See.
Me and Ben were just driving back, planning on getting back to the spot we were at. Just saw a little buck. Looked like he could have just been like feeding on the side of the road possibly. So that kind of gave us a lead that we're willing to kind of work off of, because the other spot is like a pretty long walk in and we aren't positive that there's deer spending a ton of time back there. This is an area very similar to that. We're also very confident about this spot. We did consider coming to this spot at some point this weekend anyways to hunt. And now we saw deer here, so boosted our confidence. We're gonna get back in here and probably plan on doing at least full morning hunt, depending on what we see. But we know there's deer here, so pretty cool. Oh yeah. Get her out, get her packed.
That's a 90-degree right there.
Thinking about just working like into a spot like that. Just looking for rubs and stuff. Looking for yeah. Down and just like kind of work like that, like halfway up on that. Pretty much. There's so much here. It's crazy. That stuff might be taller than I think it is too.
It's not really that tall, man.
No, I guess it's not. Yeah.
Just going straight down, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess it probably is just, yeah, very, very dead. They were calling for like 5 to 10 southwest wind, and now it's saying it's like 2 mile an hour east southeast or something. So didn't really get what we expected, but when it's this light, it doesn't really matter. If you're
Just going down.
Yeah, if you're within shooting range, you're just dropping. And it's just so humid.
Very dense air.
Yeah. Comfortable atmosphere. Haven't seen any tracks yet. Just started up from the point behind us. Got to the first bottom on this gas line. And Ben pointed out there's a bunch of oaks right up here. On the roadside, the road runs on the other side somewhere over there. That's where that buck was. Pretty much kind of in line with the direction he was heading. And we heard some blue jays and stuff up there that could potentially be something moving around up in there, but we're just slowly working this edge, looking for kind of a crossing to where they'd be coming from oaks down into this bedding that we were pointing out from up on top of that hill. Stuff back here is very vast. There's a lot of area that we can cover. It's just a matter of finding a spot where there's actually going to be deer moving through, like that little buck. Because there could be a lot of dead zones back there where there's not a ton of food. We've got a lot to learn within a couple days. Yeah, we're pretty much just looking for rubs and scrapes and tracks, especially with the fresh rain. Camera's being weird, but it's complaining a lot, saying that there is no sign. And we got up pretty close to these oaks and just busted a doe off right off the edge of this gas line, like right on the edge. And she ran down into. No, she.
Give it a couple minutes, we can just slip up here. Dude, honestly, I don't see a whole lot of reason to dive too far off of areas where we can see a lot right now.
Yeah, it's true.
They're gonna be up and moving, browsing around. I think they just bed on the edge of this stuff.
Yeah, I think we should just let her ease for a little bit. And then, just peek up over this edge into that bottom. Because it was just one. We just saw one, which is weird. I feel like there would be some with her. So, give her some time and see if she's with someone. But that's pretty cool. We just saw a little buck in here and we just bumped a doe. Pretty stinking close to each other. Like down into the there, yeah.
If I had to guess, that buck's just gonna kind of follow what you said.
Yeah. Me and Ben are just sitting here.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it was just acorns dropping or what. We were talking about how here in a little bit we were gonna move back in behind us to where these oaks are. And I'm sitting here looking at the map, getting an idea of like what's going on. And me and Ben just hear a grunt, like close, right in front of us. And we look down and Ben's just like right here. And there's a doe at like 25 yards right in front of us, just like staring straight at us.
Yeah, we were in the sun.
And I was in a terrible spot.
When we set up here, there was not sun out. We didn't think about being in the shade.
And she looked at us for a while. The wind was blowing back behind us. She didn't know what was going on at first. She stared and then blew like 3 or 4 times and ran down the hill. We just heard her blowing, working back up this draw. And we're assuming that buck is just going to stay with her, probably just follow her back down into that draw. But we know generally where they're at.
There's a pond somewhere down there.
Yeah.
Swampy area.
I'm sure we boogered him a little bit, but she didn't like go bolting off or anything. She just kind of bounded. She was a little confused, so.
Give it a little bit and maybe slip up there. You can see a lot more once you cross that little chip. He's gonna bite you, Keith.
What?
He's gonna bite you.
You think?
It's vicious.
What kind are these? Just box turtles?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay, dude. No, it's okay. Dude, he's whack looking. I want to get a picture of this little guy. Let's stick him down here.
Put a camera on him.
Huh?
You can put a camera on him, set him out into the bedding area.
We'll just put a grunt tube on him. Me and Ben followed down. Seems like this is the trail that doe and buck came up on and just worked up towards us. When we saw that deer, we were behind where the camera's facing right now. But we got down to this low spot. There's a pretty heavy trail, decently heavy trail, running right down into this stuff. That is real thick down in there.
Dude,
Grunt.
straight up to the right.
Yep. I heard it.
You can't out too far now.
No.
He's up on that hill, on that automobile, isn't he? Looks like there's enough cover for a guy. Guy actually set up down in there too.
Yeah. Dude. Good.
Absolutely torched.
It is. Yeah, I mean, you're not lying.
Let's keep it up the strip. I feel like we're gonna see more rubs and hopefully some squaps.
I think we're finally getting into like where they're actually bedded at, which is
Ideal.
like that. It's 12:50 right now. Me and Ben just had some lunch and everything. Pulled out of that spot. We had the plan. We had made a plan for this evening to stay at that spot. That's the best lead we have right now. But right now we're driving around a bunch of these hay fields, and it's like pond, hay field, and then around the pond where they can't plant the hay, obviously, It's the draws that go down into the ponds. There's like a connection point right here where there's a pond to our right and a pond to our left. A lot of just like really small trees, not a ton of opportunities for like tree stand hunting or anything. It's a lot of just like open shrubby stuff. So I think what we're gonna do is pull up here to one of wherever access we can find and pretty much just split one person to the left, one person to the right, and just look for fresh sign and everything, because these are super lush clover fields and like they look incredible right now. So I can't imagine there's not deer feeding in these when we know there's deer feeding in just the regular reclaim stuff, because this is a lot more just better for them. I mean, it's just easier to get to, and they're ginormous. So there should be some secluded areas where they can pop out. I don't know about a hot day like this, but like they're going to be out there at some point in the evening, so we know they're probably going to be close to these hay fields. So we're just going to look for fresh sign, see what we can learn from this, and then possibly put something together for tomorrow morning if tonight doesn't work out. Just kind of expand what we our options. So yeah, we'll see what happens. That's probably what we'll do this afternoon. It's pretty blazing hot right now. We'll probably give it a few hours, maybe just checking spots out, and then head back to that other spot at whatever time this evening and sit that. And hopefully there's deer moving through from the oak woods that we were talking about back into the reclaim stuff to feed for the evening. So that's the plan for the rest of the day. We're gonna try to execute it as best we can. Let's do it. So Ben is filming out the window, the driver window right now. It's 1:33 p.m. right now. 84 degrees, real field's probably like 90. And there's 2 bucks out in this hayfield just feeding. 1:33 p.m. They have no clue we're even here. They're just hanging out there. Yeah, we can pretty easily get downwind of these things if we just hug that line going the whole way back. Have a stinking good chance of these things. Good.
Like a midday stalk on 2 shooters, bud. Middle public in the middle. Hi. What do you think, bud? Ready to go on your first stalk of the year?
So it's just about 2 p.m. now, and we do have the ground tube this time. That's very important. I'm trying to figure out a place to put it. But we're gonna hop on this road. At first we were gonna run up this edge right behind me, but we looked at it and it's like a super long, maybe a super long walk in, and it's not, possibly not necessary. There's a draw that comes off, like the little finger that comes off. It's basically like pond, strip of woods, and this little tiny finger that shoots off, and it has like a fork like this. And they were like back in this little secluded section in the back on the west side. And for some reason, I don't know why they're there, because it's so easy for us to get. We're literally going to be approaching them from directly downwind of them. There's really nowhere they can go because that pond is south of them, and that strip of woods runs pretty far east and west on both sides. So they weren't like spooked or anything. They just saw the car and they were just like kind of concerned about it. They just ran right back into that draw where we expect them to bed at, so we're just gonna come at them from a pretty direct route, but we have, what, 5.5 hours to shoot to stalk these things. So we're gonna hop in this hayfield, and hopefully we're quiet enough and not like overly aggressive. I think if we play it smart, then we're gonna have a stinking good chance at these things, which is awesome.
I don't think they're gonna be going a long ways in this 90-degree heat.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And they can't go the other way because there's a pond there.
And it's awesome. The hay bales right here, they're all stacked in a row, and right past to the right of those hay bales, there's a treetop. And that's the first treetop that we can see on the finger that juts out towards us, where there's the drain that drops down in, and they were feeding on the back side of that. So what we're gonna do is just put that treetop pretty much, or put that general area on the back side of those hay bales, get to those hay bales and hang out right there. Hopefully we can see them milling around, or just sit there and let them relax for a little bit, wait for them to pop back out. Or something, I don't know. Yeah. Juts out this way. There's like the one coming to us. Probably comes out 80 or 100 yards of like goldenrod tall stuff. Dude, I really like this. From here. If you come around here, there's a little hump. You can like hardly even see down into the woods.
Oh, holy crap, you're right.
I think we can make it down to that tall grass stuff.
Yeah.
Crawl.
Yeah.
I think we should crawl into it. I don't think we should
Right, for sure.
risk it. I think we could literally take like a decent amount of time just like crawling at that grassy stuff. And then once we hit the grassy stuff, just maybe even just like get to that hay bale and then just drop in. So that we're just like super protected coming in.
Yeah.
In the lowest point. You just get on that tree. Man. It's gonna be nerve-wracking, dude. Don't want to get impatient, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I always get impatient when I do this. I always mess it up. You can probably do it fairly fast. Like prone crawling. Just go for a shot.
I want that.
If we keep doing this, I feel like we're in pretty stinking good shape.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is pretty effective
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
God, imagine they're bedded on that edge. Somehow able to pick people off walking on that field edge. To where coyotes come, you know. Like this seems the least likely way for a predator to get to them.
We've probably been crawling for 40 minutes, I don't know. And we made it down to this, like, first low spot. It's an old cattail section that's in the middle of this hayfield. There's a bunch of beds in it. It seems like this is where these deer were spending a lot of summertime. And it seems like they just backed up into this draw as soon as the stuff got cut. It's shorter now. They're still spending time out in here. Saw some poop back there. Got our hats pulled down over our faces trying to keep ourselves shaded. And we've just been belly crawling the whole way. We're gonna make this second section of crawl. The elbows are on fire right now. Ben's neck is on fire right now. Oh, it's 90 degrees still. I hope they're there. It'd be cool. What we did was just got up to where we were crouched so far down that you're just like, body's just crumpled down and you're just, you know, scamp-daddling down to these cattails. We made it down. We're just gonna kind of sit here and just stretch our necks out. Yeah, drink some water, maybe reapply some face paint because I know I sweat some off, but try to just get good and covered up and then really,
Well, kind of make our plan.
yeah.
I don't even know what this looks like. Way bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Also, we had
Also,
blue jays on the way down.
Yeah, we did like hearing, we'd heard blue jays that were down in that draw, pretty much like where we expected them to possibly be at, so hopefully they were calling at them. It was pretty cool also to see that there's like beds up in that middle section from where they were bedding at earlier. So they probably frequent this bottom a decent amount, and they're comfortable enough to be out in the field in midday. Feeling fairly confident.
It's been, what, 2 hours since we saw them?
Probably, yeah. No idea what time
It's
it is.
still good.
Time is water. We've got to make this last. I might run back and grab.
I can grab some ice to put in that water. I think that cooler's doing in my car.
There's a little cubby on the backside of that. Dip into it. It's right around 6:15 right now. We got about an hour and a half of light. There's a little bit of activity going on up here. We haven't seen anything yet. Like I've been saying, we've been hearing some jays down in that bottom. Still a decent amount upwind of us. The wind's starting to die down. It's starting to get a little bit darker now. It actually looks like a decent evening. But we don't really want to sit here and just like assume that these deer are going to move up this ditch, especially with that noise up there. Heard a couple cars go past too.
The wind's super calm.
Yeah.
Just drifting down.
Yeah, it's pretty dead calm now. So we're just gonna really slow walk this and just glass down in here and hopefully get eyes on them or like even bump them, just anything to know that they're here. That's the plan right now. Who knows? just looks like a white branch. It's facing up like this. Right there, like probably 45 yards. Looks like a little 8-point. Shift to your right just a touch. That. If you give me the camera, I can film him. Yeah, can you see him yet? I can't really tell. Drops, and all I can see is his head. He's just flicking his ears and he's facing like that. He's like right on the water's edge. He's like, he's like, standing up, get ready. He's just shaking off. Pick your light. I'll have to range that, right? getting it drawn yet. It's cool.
It's super fun.
Dude, I mean, look, what do you do here? It's so freaking thick, dude. Dude, I don't know. Like, I kept glassing him, and I was like, he's probably like 35, and he stands up, and he's like, the stupid thing didn't even work. Like, it didn't even register.
It's too much crush.
The only time it registered, it said like 16 and a half, and I was like, that's not right. But then he's standing there, and I'm like, he's probably 25. And so I drew, because I was like, if he stepped right, like, I would have threaded. Like, I would have shot. I wasn't going to hesitate, but then he...
Well, the thing is, like, I honestly thought, since there's this big ditch right beside us, I thought that he was going to get up and work that way naturally. And that's why I was like, if you just be calm, you're going to get a shot right there at like 10 yards. But here I am on the both in the wide open. I mean,
yeah, dude, I mean...
The only thing he could have done was got the
possibly out of there, but then he stood up. I would have covered more ground, and then you're just like, he's up. It's like, gosh, dang it, dude. That sucks. I knew we were in a we were in a good position, but also like a bad position.
We're also playing the time card here, because the thing is, had we done this 2 hours ago, we'd have had all day to get closer. Now he's getting up to move, you know what I mean?
Alright, so me and Ben obviously just had a crazy intense encounter. I'm excited to look back at the footage and see if that was the one on the right or one on the left, because there were...
Sure it's one on the left.
Yeah, so there were 2 bucks when we pulled up here at 1:30 today, and it took us an hour and a half to get in or whatever. We sat for a couple hours. Finally, we're like, let's just go back there and just see what's going on. Hopefully we can see him. Sure enough, we saw him. I somehow spotted him at like...
We saw his antler.
Yeah, at like 45 yards. I was just like, Ben, wait. And we instantly closed probably 20 yards on him. He's facing directly away from us. But it's getting, like, it's kind of late right now. And also we're playing a mean game with ourselves because our thermals are real soon about to be dropping down into here.
Get the now, there's those.
Yeah, and like, he would have winded us if we would have sat here much longer, if he would have been there still. But like we were just talking about, if we would have come down here a couple hours earlier, seen him bedded there, I have a clear shot back here from like 2 yards from where I was sitting. Probably wouldn't have been able to take that shot. Rangefinder was messing up, but I was pretty sure he was right around 25 yards. Especially when he stood up, and I was like, that's pretty close. That's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me on opening day, ever. So.
Hey, bud, let's go drive around and find some
Yeah.
days. There's not many people hunting, so.
Yeah, we're gonna go check out glass some fields and stuff. We got like 45 minutes left. So that buck, didn't know what was going on there. Blew once, went around, and I was kind of afraid he would circle, and sure enough, he did. Came up back behind us when Ben turned around. I just saw a silhouette right there, and he kind of just like hung out there for a second, and then I think he saw us move then. He blew once, ran back through that field.
Let's go find another one, dude. That was so
Yep.
fun.
That was sweet, dude, yeah. I'm mad at myself because we definitely made some not the best decisions, but like, it was sick.
A lot that can go wrong when
Yeah.
you're that close, man. And they're standing up looking at me.
Yeah, and it's just like this. Like, that's not easy to shoot through at all.
You did the right thing. You didn't slam it. Cause
No, I was not going to be thrown. If he would have moved another step, I think I would have shot, but I don't want to be brisket shooting one and looking for it for a whole day and wasting the whole day. A little shaky now,
my
though,
body's
dude.
shaking.
Any last closing remarks?
Oh, yeah, there's still another buck in there, bro.
Oh, that's
we're
right.
gonna have to look at the footage and figure out what that was. I'm pretty sure the bigger one's still out there. Yeah.
It is.
They're betting it on the right.
That is right.
We're gonna kill him, or we're gonna stalk as close as possible.
Or we're just gonna have the camera get even darker. All right, we're gonna go. See you at some point, probably tomorrow morning.